Today, let's go over the Star Wars franchise when it comes to Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, Anakin Skywalker, one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars franchise, mainly because of the complexity of the character, what Anakin went through during the events of Revenge of the Sith, in which ultimately led him to becoming Darth Vader under the manipulation of Emperor Palpatine. Now, we've been hearing a lot of things these past couple of weeks about the final film of the sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams, Episode 9, that will conclude the Skywalker saga. We've been hearing a lot about these new locations that they will be using for principal photography. One of the first confirmed ones is, of course, Cardington in the UK at Cardington Studios, and they're even looking over in Italy, which could very well be the planet of Naboo. However, these past couple of days we've been going over some concept art descriptions, etc., one of which has all to do with Anakin Skywalker. We will be going into potential spoilers here, so just keep that in mind. When it comes to Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9, one of the concept art descriptions, apparently, gives us a set of 3 Anakin Force ghosts, behind an anonymous figure in a cave. The obscure figure appears to be Luke, however the face is shadowed. Each Force ghost of Anakin shows a different phase. One with short hair, one with long, and the last an older Anakin Skywalker wearing a hood. Now, this does indeed raise the question on whether or not J.J. Abrams is cherry-picking from the original The Force Awakens concept art, which in that point in time, they originally wanted to have Anakin Skywalker appear in the form of a hybrid Force ghost during the events of Star Wars Episode 7. And this is honestly something very much similar, but different. Now, the original concept art for The Force Awakens had a regular Anakin Skywalker with a hood. The next one, he had a hood on, but half his face with Vader, half his face with Anakin. And then the last one was just a hood with a Darth Vader helmet, showing us that he's bouncing between the light and dark, even in the afterlife. However, apparently this concept art description for Episode 9, dealing with Anakin Skywalker, gives us different phases of Anakin's life. One with short hair, which is presumably the Anakin that we all know and, are pretty much familiar with in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The long-haired Anakin is from Revenge of the Sith. And then the third and final one is something that I really want to talk about, is the possibility of them recreating Sebastian Shaw. In case you guys have no idea who Shaw is, he played the original Anakin Skywalker in Return of the Jedi at the very end of the movie. When his mask gets ripped off by Luke, he takes it off. But in the original cut, we do see an older Anakin Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost. And it seems like that maybe JJ and crew are trying to be very fair to both the real classic fans who saw these movies in theaters, and to the fans who grew up with the original trilogy on VHS and DVD, Blu-ray, etc., 4K, where you have the regular Hayden Christensen Anakin Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost, next to Yoda and Obi-Wan. Now, this to me will be very respectful to the Star Wars fans by showing us 3 different phases of Anakin behind what is presumably Luke Skywalker. Now, the way it's described is, Luke Skywalker's face is obscured, it's all shadowed out, so there's no confirmation on if this description is about Luke Skywalker with Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost appearing behind him. But the likelihood is that yes, it is indeed Luke, because who else would it be, right? I think that a father and son reunion in Episode 9 would be quite fitting. I think it would be perfect. Why not, right? In The Last Jedi, we got a reunion between brother and sister. Let's embrace the idea of a reunion between father and son in Episode 9. And to be quite honest, I think it would have been very fitting on Ahch-To, just before the tree gets burned down. I think it would have been so amazing if they decided to have Hayden Christensen come on board for Episode 8 and film the tree scene with Mark Hamill, where you do get to see a bond between father and son. Again, we never got that on screen. I mean, if you really do think about it, how much time do we get between Luke and Anakin on screen together? really not that much time at all. So this is why I think that if they're going to do a father and a son reunion in the sequel trilogy, this is your last chance, JJ. This is the last time to do it. Episode 9 is the final shot to really deliver this whole entire concept, and it seems like they're trying to do so from the concept art descriptions that we have been going over these past couple of weeks, one of which, also had to do with an Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda Force Ghost, so it seems like that maybe this movie's going to have a lot of, nostalgia, a lot of fan service, etc. Even the Weekly Planet went over this a couple of days ago, that not only is Lucasfilm toying around with the idea of Snoke being Plagueis, but they are also looking into inserting Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker as Force Ghosts, and it only makes sense. I mean, if you look at every single new Disney-era Star Wars film, each and every movie has a massive cameo at the very end of each movie. The Force Awakens, you have Luke. The Last Jedi, you have Yoda. Rogue One, you have Vader. And then in Solo, a Star Wars story, you have Maul. Now for Episode 9, it's most likely going to be Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. To me, that would be the most amazing thing and heartwarming moment to see on screen of a Force Ghost Luke, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, all of them appearing in front of Rey and crew. That to me would be pretty stunning. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think that the third and final older Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost could very well be Disney and Lucasfilm trying to please all Star Wars fans alike who are a fan of Anakin Skywalker, even the one dating all the way back to when Star Wars Return of the Jedi debuted in theaters, well before it came out on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, where they inserted the Hayden Christensen version. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. And thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.